Hi, Magic Makers. This is Carolina, and this is your new moon reading for the 18th of November 2017 in Scorpio. So let's dive into it. This time I'm a little bit late with the reading. I'm sorry for that, but I was so tired in the past few days, and I didn't really get much sleep last night either. So I just just couldn't do it. So I'm sorry for being late this time a little bit, but here we go. So this card, as usual, is about letting go. What's good to let go of with this new moon. So here we have Two of Swords. And this card is really super symbolic because it's all about being blinded by our fears and worries and, in a way, paranoia even. That's not really based on real situations or reality that's surrounding us. Because if you look at the lady, she's blindfolded. She has her eyes covered and she's in a very defensive position with the swords pointing upwards. But if you look at the situation in the setting where she is, there's really nothing much happening. Like, there are some mountains in the back which are very stable, and the water that she's standing in is not really wild either. She's not drowning or anything like that. And that's really what this card is about. It's about being blindfolded by our fears and worries that are not really based on real life circumstances. And what that means is that oftentimes we can be scared because we overanalyze things, or because we listen to people around us that don't actually know what we feel like or what we think, and we get drawn down by them even though the reality is not really dangerous at all at the time. So this card is about stripping yourself of this blindfold and seeing the world for what it is. That, the situation where there's nothing really happening, life is going on, the world is still the same, nothing's shaky, and you don't have to worry about anything. So this card is telling you, let go of these unnecessary fears this month. And that's not to say that, like, if you have some worries, that they are not reality based or anything like that. But this is about those worries and those fears that are not really grounded in reality. So especially like looking into the future and worrying about what might happen if, things like that. Okay, what's good to let in instead? There's this beautiful card called the World, and that's actually the final card of the entire tarot deck. It's like a closing card of the whole deck with number 21, and it's all about closure, harmony, finally putting the last piece of the puzzle together with the rest of it, and seeing yourself as a part of a whole universe, of the whole world. And it's really also about maturing into another level. And because it's great arcana, this card is about lessons that are really that go beyond your everyday experiences and that are more for life. So this card tells you, like, if you let this in this month, it might as well be something that will stay with you for the rest of your life, that you can build on for the rest of your life. So really, like, feeling grounded and closing big things in your life that you feel like need closure but you don't know how to do it. And also about this card is about, like, oftentimes we try to understand things and we feel like we can't let go of something or we can't close something unless we understand what it's all about. And this card is really telling you that sometimes you don't need to understand things. Sometimes there's not even like an obvious reason for something. It just happens, And we take everything so personally because that's who we are. We are humans and it's natural for us. But some things just happen. They don't happen to us. They just happen on their own. Like, they would happen with or without us. And this card is about this as well. It's about, like, rising above your human individual experience and realizing, you know what, I'm part of a greater world and reality, and maybe some things have nothing to do with me at all, and it's totally fine if I don't understand something. I can still go on and live. And the last card is about, it's a guidance card, and it's about how to put these previous two into practice. And we got a crown chakra here, which is really, it's kind of, its message, it's pretty much the same as the message of the world that I was just talking about, because the crown chakra is about harmony, closure. It's about rising above your individual experience and realizing that you are a part of something greater, of the whole universe, of the world. And how you can feel this is, especially if you remind yourself that of what I've just said, that, like, you know, some things, actually most of things, they don't happen to you, they just happen. Okay, and it's not about you, it's not your fault. Or of course there is, you know, you can learn something from every experience you get, but that's not necessarily to say that things happen because of you. Okay, that's a big difference in between that. And so it's also about seeing yourself as part of the nature, as part of, you know, greater relationships and things like that, and reminding yourself that you're not alone. And actually you can use this card both ways, okay? Because if you put yourself in the perspective of the whole universe, it can be quite liberating or scary at the same time, because you can feel really super tiny and you know, like you don't really matter, and like whatever you do doesn't really matter because you are so tiny that in the history of the entire universe it's like a teardrop in the ocean. Or on the other hand, you can remind yourself that, hey, you know, I am one, I am love, I am the universe, I am actually the center of of being, I'm the center of everything that's surrounding me. And I suggest that you use whatever perspective suits you and helps you and heals you more in your particular circumstance, because both are true. Okay, so just to go quickly over it again, what you should let go of this month is worries and fear that are not really based in reality and that are more on like the analytical level of, you know, what if. What you should let in instead is knowing that you are part of something greater and that you can get closure for things and relationships and experiences that you've been carrying with yourself for a long time, and that it's okay if you don't understand why something is happening right now. And what will help you to put these two cards into practice is what I've just said. Either reminding yourself that you are the center of the universe because you are one, you are connected to everything, that you are really essentially God. And so whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. Or actually, your individuality, your individual experience doesn't really matter. It's not about you at the moment, because things just happen. Things don't happen to you personally to punish you or, you know, teach you a lesson or whatever. The universe is not like a parent that's here to tell you off. Okay, so I hope it makes sense. Sorry if it doesn't. I'm a bit sleep deprived. And I'll see you next month. Oh, before I go, just make sure that you give this video a like if you like my readings, because it helps with searching, so that would be great. Thank you. And if you are interested in learning to read your own tarot cards, then I'm in preparing of a new tarot e-course for beginners, so make sure that you sign up for my newsletter so that you don't miss the release date or anything like that. Thanks, see you guys, bye.